Welcome back, everybody, to the Meeple Marathon. Today we're going to be taking a look at Le Havre. This is a new edition of Le Havre Digital that has recently appeared in the App Store. And this is by Lookout Games. They are starting to pick up some of the licenses on some of these classic games, and I picked up Le Havre for 99 cents. So I don't know if this is just something that they're running early on just to kind of get their name out there, but obviously, if you have ever wanted to try this game or you're a fan of the physical board game and would love to have a digital version, you really can't balk at 99 cents. So, definitely worth taking a look for. And in my opinion, it really is a great rendition of the game. So, just to give you guys a glimpse as to how it plays, we're just going to play through a local game here. Let's see. I'm just going to play a 2-player game. We're just going to do a rematch here against Ensign Claude. So, Le Havre is a game that I've always wanted to try. I'm just going to pass through all these tutorials. But the kind of the price point of entry, and it seemed like it was, it's definitely a Euro game, and there's a lot of parts to it, a lot of pieces. I would honestly love to get my hands on a copy just to come up with a storage solution, but I never really could get past the price point for something that I wasn't that sure I would get into. And I know that it does have a solo mode, but what the app does is give you the ability to play the actual game against more of a true AI as opposed to just a kind of a card-based AI. So in the game, you essentially are working the ports, and you're also building up this little port town around you. And you can see your ship. Mine is green, which is why it's blinking right now. And Claude, he got to go first. He's the red ship. It's just the two of us. As our ships move down this waterway here, they're going to reveal what resources will get loaded onto the docks each time the boat hits that location. So each round, the boat that's in last is going to hop skip over everybody else. In this case, is just hop skipping over the other. And whatever resources it lands on, it adds those to the docks that you can see down below it. And those resources are there for you to take. So that's obviously one of the actions you can take on your turn. You basically just take one action and then you pass. So one of your actions can be taking the offer. And so you can see there's a franc offer of fish, wood, clay, iron, grain, and cattle. And you need all of these resources to then build the buildings that are on the top of the screen here. So you can see there's 4 buildings to the right. There's the a building firm, two building firms, a construction firm, and a marketplace. Claude, you can see his little red token is in the marketplace. That's the action he took, was using the marketplace to gain resources. And so that building is now locked up. This is like a worker placement. He went there, so I cannot go there until he moves out of the marketplace. All of the buildings on the left, which you can see there are 3 columns of, are available to be built or purchased. And you can see at the top that, for example, to build the bakehouse, I would need to build it with 2 clay. The fishery would be 1 wood, 1 clay. The colliery is 1 wood and 3 clay, so on and so forth. Or I could straight up purchase it for 8, 10, and 10 francs, respectively. And those buildings then are available to be used either by myself or my opponent, Claude, to manufacture better resources or to just straight gain resources. For example, the fishery and the colliery just give you fish and coal. In fact, the colliery is the only way to get coal because it does not appear along the bottom as an offering. At the end of every round, and so essentially you basically just want to build up the best town. And your town is represented by your wealth. Your wealth is not only the amount of francs that you have in tow, but it's also the value of all the buildings in your town. So when you spend 10 money on, say, a fishery, you don't lose 10 money. Your 10 money is just now invested in the building. But if you can spend just one wood and one clay to gain that building, you're adding 10 to your town's wealth with only having lost a wood and a clay. So obviously, it's better to build the buildings than to purchase them, but sometimes you might have the francs available and you just want to go ahead and purchase them outright. So there's definitely some combos that can go along. For example, the fishery, which you can see below it. Once you purchase the fishery, the smokehouse is available. Now I can't purchase or build the smokehouse until I get the fishery out of the way, but the fishery will allow me to gain fish as an action for free if I own the building. And then if I have the smokehouse, I can turn those fish into smoked fish, and they're worth double the amount of food. Food is incredibly important because as my town grows, whether I'm building buildings or not, the towns are going to grow each round. And you can see here on the middle of the right side of the screen, it says round 1 of 8, and there's a little 4 inside a crock pot. That 4 is the amount of food that you need to pay your workers and the people in your town, however you want to look at it. And at the bottom, it tells you what kind of ship is going to be added to the available harbor here in the water spaces to the right. Now, in a 2-player game, you actually get to start with a wooden ship. And I'm going to click on mine here just so you can see a better look at it. I could sell this ship at any point in time. It normally would have cost me 5 wood to build it, along with 3 energy. I'll talk about that here in a second. But you can also see that in a 2-player game, it's giving me 4 food. That's that little chart in the middle. So depending on the player count, it would give you different amounts of food. If I was playing the solo game, it would give me 5 food. So this wooden ship alone, I guess you consider it's my ship. And so it's every round it's bringing in food from some other port. And so it's covering my food for this round, but that 4 food is going to go up every single round. So what I need to do is to be prepared to feed my people at the end of every round. So that's where the fish and the cattle and the grain comes in, because you can use those to feed your people. I can straight up use my fish. 1 fish will feed 1 person. Or I can turn all of my fish into smoked fish and they will feed 2 people apiece. Same thing with the grain. You can then bake your grain, turn it into bread, feed 2 people. And the cattle, you cannot feed people directly with cattle, unfortunately. You have to use the arbiter. I may be mispronouncing that, I apologize, but that's essentially turning the cattle into steaks and hides, which then you can use to either feed your people or turn the hides into leather, so on and so forth. So it's this, you're building an economy here. And the whole point is to amass the most amount of wealth and the biggest town in whatever way you see fit. And that's one of the beauties of why people like this game so much, is that there's probably not even 5 roads to victory. There's so many different ways and so many different options on your turn to take that single action that you never really feel stuck. So let's just go ahead and get started, and I'll talk my way through this, and hopefully it'll make sense of what we're doing. So right off the bat here, I do like the colliery and the fishery just because they give me resources that I will need. Colliery is going to give me the energy that I need, and the fishery is going to give me the food that I need. You need just about you need energy to do just about anything in the game, and you get that energy from your wood and your coal. Coal is 3 energy apiece, wood is 1 energy apiece, but then you can upgrade your coal to coke and your wood to what's the wood called? Charcoal, right? Anyways, to make them be worth more. So the question is, I cannot afford both. So here I have the option. I could take the clay offering, and then in the next round actually be able to build both of them. But if I'm left out in the wind, then I am. Um, hmm. If he goes in and steals one from me, then I'm kind of stuck, because then I would have wanted to get the wood offering to get the fishery and the smokehouse. And that would be a great combo, actually. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the wood offering, because anytime offering gets a 5 or above, it's almost too good to take. So at this point, I could purchase now. I've taken one action, but then you can always spend your francs to buy something as an additional action on your turn, like a free action. So my actual action was to take the wood offering. You can see that my energy and the little light bulb went up, but my food is still at 6, because my wood ship gives me 4, and then my 2 fish give me 6. I know I need 4, so I'm good. I'm covered. Um, the only thing I could purchase is the building firm. Not worth it for me, so I'm going to pass. All right, so let's see what Claude does. Claude used the town's construction firm. He is building the bakehouse, and what else is he going to build? The charcoal kiln. Okay, interesting. So now, and he purchased the clay mound for 2, which is pretty smart move. And then he sold the charcoal kiln. Basically, he only built the charcoal kiln so he could get to the clay mound, and then bought the marketplace too. That was a very big turn, Claude. All right, but that's okay. He didn't really steal what I wanted to do, but what he did was he got in the way. He moved into the construction firm. Now, what a good what a nice thing to think about is that he basically used up all of his resources. And I know that I'm going to get one more turn. Hopefully he moves out of the way. So I think what I'm going to do, more than likely fish is going to come up again. Now cattle is something that, as long as I have 2, basically between rounds, they mate and make 1 more. So you always kind of want to get in a position where you have at least 2 cattle, so they'll just keep producing in the background. Same thing goes with grain, if you have more than 1 grain. All right. Okay, so we see the fish offering jumped up to 5, which is very enticing. So is the franc offering, but now he's moved out of the way of the construction firm. So I'm going to click on the construction firm, and I'm going to use it. It's going to cost me 2 food to use this building, but one of the nice things about it is that I can use francs to cover that food. So I've paid my 2 food to use the building. Now, if I were to purchase this building, which I don't have 8 francs, I could use it for free. That's why you would want to, buy and build these buildings. Or if Claude were to have purchased this building, I'd have to pay him 2 food. But let's get on with it. Let's build us the fishery. And then in turn, I'm going to build the smokehouse. So I have this great combo now to be able to get fish and then turn them into smoked fish pretty easily. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about food as we move down the row here. There's nothing I can buy, so let's pass. And Claude's going to get the last turn. He took the clay offering. Okay. And they sold the clay mound, which is interesting. All right, so you can see the abator, however you pronounce it, got pulled over to the right. It's now part of this 6 buildings that you can use. So I can use that building. I have to pay 2 francs to use it. I can also now purchase the building. That building is no longer available to build. So once buildings are pulled over here and they're like town property, they can only be purchased. They cannot be built. And each round, at the end of each round, a random building will get pulled over there from the top of one of the stacks. So, all right, what do I want to do here? So the 6 fish offering is pretty much staring me in the face. I would love to build the wharf. So honestly, I think what I'm going to do here is take the fish offering and then buy this clay mound. There we go. Now, I spent 2 to get it, but the 2 value goes right back into my wealth. So I invested in the clay mound. I didn't really just lose 2 money. Oh, see, now he built the wharf. That's kind of what I was looking to go after. But the brickworks is also, in my opinion, a really nice building to have. So is the colliery. So what I'm gonna do here is, and the arbiter's a nice building to have, but at this point I have to work my way up. I'm almost there if I take the Franc offering. Now if I wait until my next turn, that Franc offering will be 7, but Claude may steal it from me. Um, so I think what we're gonna do here is, let me see here. Okay. Yeah, the smokehouse, I can actually only use 6 at a time, but I'm going to use my clay mound, which I can use for free. Get me 3 clay. I can't buy anything. So let's see what he does. Use the marketplace. Interesting. All right. I feel like this 7 francs is too good to pass up at this point. Okay. Do I want to buy the arbiter right now? Or should I just leave it up there? I've got enough food, and I'm going to get one more turn to use my smokehouse. So, actually, yes. I just want to go ahead and take this. Yep, good. What's he going to do? He's taking the wood. All right. And my turn here, I am going to turn 6 of my fish into smoked fish. So you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's the maximum. I'm going to get half a franc for each one. So I'm going to get 3 francs for doing this, but I also have to spend 1 energy to do this entire action. So that's what all those symbols mean in the middle. 1 energy in order to convert your fish, which equals 1 food, into smoked fish, which equals 2. You can only do it times 6, and you're going to get half a franc for each one you do. So, that's just reminding me. So I've got 2 coal. Each of them is times 3, but I only need 1 energy, so I'm just going to use 1 of my wood. All right, can't do anything with 3 francs, but I've got plenty of food now for the next couple rounds. So we're just going to go. Okay, I need to pay 3 food, so I can use 1 smoked fish and 1 regular fish. Or should I use a franc? We'll just use 1 regular fish for now. Very nice. Now, I may consider building another wooden ship here. That would give me 8 base food. Basically, I would need to take that wood offering right now and then use it to build a ship here in the next round. I'm not sure I want to just take a 2 level fish offering. Clay mound iron. I could just straight build the colliery and the tannery. No, the tannery uses brick. Now, I'm just going to say this right off the bat. There is a lot of small text in this game. When you purchase this on iOS, it can be available on your iPhone or iPad. I attempted to play it on my iPhone just to see. I was playing through the tutorial mission when I first downloaded it, and it's almost too small. There is too much information on the screen, and they don't do it where it's like in panels that you can blow up and get smaller. Yes, you can click on all these cards, but you can click in here and then click on the tannery and see that it's going to cost me 1 brick. So I could build the brickworks right now, which could be helpful along with the clay mound. And 14 francs is pretty good jump in wealth. So what I'm going to do here is use the building firm, which is the cheapest one. I actually don't have to pay anything to use it. And I'm going to build the brickworks here. Jumped up my investment, and now my fishery and my clay mound are working in tandem. So really, if I can get the tannery, I'm feeling really good about my combos here. the tannery works with the arbiter. All right. Okay. So the 4 wood now would be better. And looking ahead, you can see there's not going to be any other wood offerings for the rest of this round. So I am just going to go ahead and take the wood offering, knowing that it's not going to get any better. He's building something. Culinary. Okay, that's fine. Now I do like that tannery. Okay, but I'm not too concerned about him taking it. I could use his marketplace, which you can see if you click on the question mark, it tells you what the building does, which is really nice in the app form. Another reason that the app is really nice. Player selects 2 different standard goods to receive, and so okay, it's not. I cannot get brick out of the marketplace. So I could just build a wooden ship now. I'd have to use his wharf because he built it. So I'd have to pay him 2 food, which I can do with 1 smoked fish. And I think that's pretty much it. And then I'm going to have to turn at some point and get some bricks. But he doesn't have any bricks. He doesn't have any clay. So I'm not worried about him stealing the tannery out from under me. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's use his wharf. Use this. I have to pay him 2 food. So I'll do it with 1 of my smoked fish. There you go. You get 1 smoked fish now. And I can now build this. So it's going to cost me 5 wood and 3 energy. So it's going to ask me how I want to pay for the energy. Well, I'm using all of my wood, so I'm going to have to use 1 of my coal. And now I am sitting on a base of 8 food, which is really nice. So when the round ends here in just a second, ooh, and the clay offering has jumped up to 4. All right. I only need to pay 1 food. There's my 1 fish. All right. Now what I don't want to have happen is the tannery slip up over to the right at the end of this round. But the 6 fish offering is really nice too. Yeah. All right. Okay. Good. Just let me have 5 clay too. I'm just racking in all the resources here. Took the grain offering because he's got the bakehouse. All right. What do I want to do now? I'm still okay on food. I'm just letting my cattle breed. So I think it's time to use my brickworks. Am I going to have... Yeah. Yeah, I should have... It's half an energy. So if I use this and do 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... It's going to be 3 energy. I have my 1 coal to use. Yep. There we go. All right. Got our bricks. Nothing. I don't want to spend my money on anything. He's going to go. He's using his bakehouse. Oh, no. I'm out of wood. Oh, crap. Oh, man. I am out of wood. I was not paying attention there. Okay. And I don't want to take wood now. I want to wait and let that get higher. All right, well. What's nice is the tannery I don't think is going to cost me anything to use in the future. So if it pops up to the right, as long as Claude doesn't buy it, then I don't think it's going to be too bad for me. So what do I want to do now? I think what I'm actually going to do is use the arbiter to get some cattle, to get some hides, because the tannery you can only do 4 at a time. And the end goal here is to create as much leather as possible, because leather is 4 francs to ship it off, which is second only to coke and steel. And that's basically what I do, is I use the shipping line at the end of the game, which is what a lot of people do to try and gain as much wealth at the end of the game. So let's use this. Remember, I want to keep 2 in as cattle. I don't want to slaughter all of them. So I'm only going to slaughter 4. That's going to give me 4 hide. It's also going to give me 4 meat. So I got lots of food now. 34 food. 6 francs. Nothing to do with those. So we're good. I need 5 more food. So let's pay it with 1 here and 2 there. There we go. All right, now an iron ship is available. And also, the more ships I have on hand, the more I can use the shipping line at the end. All right, the tannery has not gone away yet, but I don't want to take the wood offering yet. I don't really want to take the iron offering yet either. Building the ironworks would be nice, but I don't have enough wood. So, yeah, I really need for Claude not to steal all the wood after the next couple rounds. The 4 cattle is looking really nice, to be honest with you. I've got enough brick. I just need wood to do all of this. So yeah, I'm going to take the cattle. So I can always turn them into free food and hide. Okay. Let's see what he does here. He's using his marketplace. Okay. All right. So that's the best wood I'm going to get. So maybe do I wait? See, I can't use the tannery yet. I have to build it somewhere before I can use it. Same thing with the ironworks. God, I really just hate taking such a weak wood offering. But I think that's what we need to do here. All right, I'm gonna be building. Okay, he took the francs. Okay, he bought that. Fine. Really seems like a dull move, but use this guy. We're going to use and build the ironworks. Okay, so now this is a pretty expensive venture if Claude needs some iron. And he's got to use it out from under me. All right. He takes the last turn. He used his colliery. I might need to use the colliery now too. I need to pay 7 food, so boom, boom, and boom. There we go. Some more iron ships. All right. So do I use my own ironworks? But then I'm going to need some. Yeah, but let's go ahead and use this. I bought it, right? Yeah, I didn't want my bonus iron. All right, so now I'm going to need energy for certain. All right, good. He's going to let me use this colliery now. So now you'll see that I need to pay him 2 food. I can use it. I got to pay him with 2 food, so I'll give you another smoked fish. There you go, sir. But now I've got lots of coal. Cookery. It's not a bad idea. But for right now, we're going for that iron ship. So, okay. All right, so I'm going to use this wharf. I'm going to have to add a brick into this to upgrade it. Anytime you move past the wooden ships, you have to upgrade the wharf, and whoever does that. So you'll see me lose a brick on top of my everything else. Yeah, I'll just give you another smoked fish. Select a ship to build. Build it. And 3 energy, 1 coal. There we go. Alright, so now my base is 13. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, yeah, I used my brickworks. It means he had to pay me something. What do I want to use here? The smokehouse, I think. Or the arbiter. Yeah, let's use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I want to keep 2 in the pen. There we go. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, pay 4 more food. Let's go 1 steak, 1 fish. And now the steel ships come out. All right. You can see at the bottom, generally this is a pretty good indicator of who's winning, which is also nice because it's harder to count wealth during a physical game. Again, I've never played it, but there's nothing sitting here counting up all your cards for you in your town. I guess you could keep track in your head, but you certainly can't just glance over at your opponent and say, ooh, you've got such and such. All right, there's 9 fish sitting over there, but I can only smoke 6 at a time. And there's only 2 more rounds left. This one and then the next one. So I don't even know if taking all those fish is worth it. I've got 3 ships, so I'm going to need to come up with 9 stuff. So honestly, let's do the iron offering. Yeah. So strategically, I could have used my own ironworks there, but I've gotten the exact same amount as the iron offering, 3. And so by me taking the offering, I'm forcing Claude to either pay me to use my ironworks or not take any iron. So in case anybody was wondering why I went that route. Ooh, that wood offering is really nice too. Okay, so I've got 2 bricks, I've got 2 iron, so I can build the cookery. So yeah, let's do it. Use, build. Okay. Use their wharf. What's he building? Ooh, the steel ship. All right. And he owns the steel mill now. Okay. I think we need to get some runs in with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Do I want to buy anything? I could go ahead and buy the shipping line now, which more than likely Claude's going to want to use it at the end of the game. Yeah. That makes it free for me to use at the end of the game. Okay. Going into the final round here. Pay 5 food. right, so I've got 3 ships. I'm pretty sure I'm good on food. So let's get some major energy going here. All right, so that's like 30 energy right there. All right, so paid off his 2 loans. Ooh, he's ahead of me. All right, so I've got this turn and then 2 more. So if I used the steel mill now, no, because I only have 1 iron. So I would need to use my own ironworks. That's 1 round. Steel mill, 2 rounds. And then wharf, 3 rounds to build the steel ship. But we can do it. So let's go for it. No, do I want to use any extra energy? No, because I really don't need any extra energy. But, ooh, the extra steel at the end of the day. But I also need energy, so no, sorry, I was mumbling there, but you can spend 6 energy to get you 1 extra iron, but it's really not worth it unless you're desperate. I don't think I'm desperate, so. All right. So hopefully he doesn't block me here. All right, he used his colliery. I'm going to use his steel mill. Yeah, so I'm going to have to pay 20 of my 30 energy, but that's fine. I got it. So just boop, boop. That's why I did all this. The math is working out. That steel's going to be real nice at the end to ship it off. Now you get 1 final action after everybody's taken their last turn to use 1 building or do 1 thing, and you can't be blocked. So even with him sitting there using my shipping line, it's okay. I can still go there too. And he did not use the wharf, so I just have to pay him 2 food, which I will do with the bread he gave me. Here's your bread back, buddy. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, this is not good. Hold on. This is not good. I did not take into account. Oh, no. See, I can't use like a part of a Coke. Oh, no. All right, so undo. Because if I use my Coke, my last Coke, then I can't spend the energy needed to use the shipping line, which I need 9 of, and I would have been short. Oh, I'm like 1 thing short here. So the question is, do I just take the franc offering? Do I use the tannery? Yeah. Yep. That's what we're going to do. Pay 7 food. So bread's not really worth much. And all of this fish is not worth much. So there's my food. All right. So the luxury liner comes out. Now that's interesting. The luxury liner is worth 30 to my wealth. I can ship like 9 things, I think. So, and 7 times 4 is 28. And 1 Coke is 5 more. So I'm actually going to make more using the shipping line. I could blow my load Oh, and steel's even better. So yeah, we're definitely using this. All right, I don't have to pay anybody. Using my 1 coke to pay the 9 energy, and I have 7 goods. I guess maybe the wooden ships can't carry as much. Maybe that was it. But we're obviously shipping off our steel, so that's 32 right there. And as many hides as we can for 44 francs. And there you go. We took the lead. Either way, we would have done. Actually, I think if I had only taken 30, we would have tied. Maybe not. Who knows? But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was an example of Havre by the newest designer, Lookout Games. Honestly, it looks exactly like the Asmodee version ever did, and I believe that one's still out there for purchase. But it's like $6 instead of 99 cents. Honestly, who wouldn't want to if you've ever been thinking about the game, test it out for 99 cents, and 2, have the ability to just have it instantly set up. You don't have to worry about all the little fiddly pieces, because every single one of those resources is a little cardboard chit you have to keep up with, and then all the cards, and then doing all the math of the wealth in your head. This is like a no-brainer for me. Again, maybe someday down the road, if I come across a copy that's a really good deal, I might purchase Le Havre, but I don't really know anybody else personally that would really want to get into this game and play it with me. So playing solo is probably going to be the way I'm going to be playing it, and this allows me to play against another person. It is the computer, but I could also go in and play the solo version of the game. So highly recommend Le Havre. This is the Lookout Games version, available on iOS. Honestly, not 100% sure if it's available on Google, but I'm going to guess yes. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to be part of more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.